Welcome to Accounting Systems. I wanted to show you a little bit of a walkthrough of the course because some of you are going to be either completely online or partially online and might miss my first day, Tuesday, walking you through the structure of the course. For those of you who come to class on Tuesday, I will talk this stuff out with you then. Although since it's already recorded, I must admit I might go a bit faster. So on the home page of our course, notice my office hours are listed here, but definitely email me if you're ever stuck on something. I can get back to people really, really quickly unless you happen to be emailing me while I'm in a class or while I'm driving my kids home from school and cooking supper or something crazy like that. The other thing I want you to notice is our tentative course calendar here. You're going to want to print that out and keep that as a reference. It has the lessons and the due dates in there. By the time you watch this video, I will also have in here the syllabus. I just don't have it done yet right now. That syllabus mentions the fine print because you'll notice my syllabus is only about one page. Well, the fine print is this lesson that CVTC puts out in every single one of your E360 courses. And so I figured there was no point in me rewriting all of these policies and procedures. So come here and take a look at them. There are lots of important ones, like the no-show policy is the very first one here, saying you have to show up in the first week for class. If you are listening to this, that's part one of showing up, but you have to prove that you have shown up, and if you do the first assignment, you will have done that. There are lots of other helpful links in here, so take some time and look through this. There's probably something in here that will help you. What I want to walk through right now in this recording is this lesson right here, which is the welcome. What I want you to do is picture yourself sitting in an office like this, rather than in a classroom. Picture yourself getting projects handed to you from a boss, and the boss kind of describes, here's what the project is, here's what I want, and then the boss leaves. They got other work to do. And you need to figure out how do you fulfill this wish? How do you get the project done? What I'm really trying to do is get you away from thinking about points and, I just want enough points, and instead tackle your projects from a different perspective. What can I do to impress my boss? Because if you approach the projects like that, I guarantee you will do much better work and you'll get much more out of it. In that light, you get paid not by points, you get paid dollars. So all of the projects are assigned a salary, a wage. Over the entire semester, they add up to about $50,000 is what you could get paid. Okay. Now that would be awesome, excellent work that the boss is super thrilled with and happy with and is, wanting to hire you full-time after the semester's done kind of work for the full $50,000. Now, obviously, I can't give $50,000 on your transcript with the college, so they do need to be translated into regular grades at some point. So by the end of the semester, if you earned 93% of the total possible salary, you have an A. If you earned 83% of the total possible salary, you have a B, and so on. This $50,000 is for what I call the regular assignments, the lessons that you see throughout each one of our E360 line items, are regular lessons containing regular assignments. At the same time, you will see token opportunities, and these also have dollars assigned to them as well. So think of this, I think I have a visual here. Here we go. You get paid money for doing regular assignments. You also get paid money for doing tokens. So these are two different types of categories of things that you'll do. Your ending grade will be the lower of the two. Okay, so you work on both of these at the same time. Let me show you what some of them are. This Excel file you can actually use to help keep track of your grade as well. The first worksheet is your regular assignments. And so, for example, in week 1, these are all the things we're going to be doing. And these are the salaries or the wages that you will get paid for each one of them. And you could use this to track your grade, because as you earn money, you could drop it in here, and this worksheet would help you keep track of your grade. So these are all of the regular assignments that we will do throughout the semester. The other worksheet is the tokens that you will also simultaneously be working on. Now, the regular assignments you don't get a choice on. These are assigned to you. This is me picking and choosing what you should work on. The token opportunities are ways for you to build on what we already learned, but I'm giving you some options, some choices, and you get to pick which ones are most interesting to you. So, for example, for the first lesson, we're going to have some regular assignments, but then in addition, if you find it interesting, you could do this token opportunity and, and earn $3,500 for doing so. And again, you can use this as a tracking sheet, because if you did it, you could drop $3,500 in here and you'd be tracking how much token money you're earning as you go. In lesson 2, we have some regular assignments that we're going to be doing. These are assigned to you. In addition to that, there are token opportunities. And if you choose to do this one, it's worth $7,000 because it's a bit of a tougher one, quite frankly. The reason these are tokens is because you have the option of picking and choosing the ones that you like, or the ones that you realize you need more practice on, and so then you choose those token opportunities so that you can build upon the regular assignment and learn a little bit more. Okay? I do have over here, you see the core abilities, and you see some really wacky codes. I've taken the CVTC College's core abilities. There are 4 of them. These are the ones that employers have mentioned they really want to see future employees working on. So communicates effectively, think critically, model integrity, value diversity. And underneath each one of these are some more details of what it means to communicate effectively, more details of what it means to model integrity. I created my own little codes here for each one of these, and that's what is mentioned over here. So in other words, a lot of these you can see are all technology related core abilities that we're working on, which makes sense because this is an accounting systems class which focuses on combining accounting with technology solutions. So it would make sense that a lot of these are technology related. For those of you who really look at these and just cringe and you don't find them interesting at all, or you recognize that you have a severe weakness in one particular area, there are other options that you can pick from. So some other options. You can go to one of the CVTC seminars. Well, actually, there's 3 of them listed here. Oh, actually, yeah, 3 of them. CVTC does seminars on resumes, cover letters, and interviews. And These are all to help you learn how to communicate effectively. And so you can earn dollars by going to these. These will help prepare you for those job interviews when you graduate. Some other opportunities, well, there's the job fair. So that as well helps you to communicate effectively. But BPA is on here, and there's a couple. Let's see, it would not be the fall leadership conference this time around because this is a spring class, and so it would be these two would be possible. You could go to the state competitions and the national competitions and earn both of these, and if you were an officer you would earn all three of these. And the reason that BPA is on here as a token opportunity in this class is it really gets back to valuing diversity, which is a big core ability, and modeling integrity as well. Okay, so there is a reason behind why these are on here. And then finally, for those of you who really love to read, maybe this is what's going to sound attractive to you. So I have some books here that you can read, and then you can write a short paper on it. And I've got more details on the paper in E360. It truly is short. I have never heard anybody tell me that they had a problem coming up with enough to write about. I think I say about 2 pages. I do have a word count, but it comes out to be about 2 pages. And I'm really looking for you to just tell me something about the book after you've read it. Relate it to your life, tell me what you learned, and I'm happy. If you read only half the book, but you get enough out of it to write a paper, I'm happy. I know it can be hard to find time to read an entire book from the first page to the very last page during a semester. For some of you, it's not a problem. You love to read and you just go read right through a book really quickly. Others take time. I just want to know that you have furthered your learning somewhere in one of these, and by writing the paper you really focus on communicating both in the written word and then critically thinking about what you're reading as well. Okay, so these are all various opportunities. Pick and choose which ones you want. In the end, you need to earn $45,000 by the end of the semester. Only a couple of these have actual due dates. This one is a presentation in class. That one has to be done by a specific date. This one is also a presentation in class. That one has to be done by a specific date. I think those are the only two. Everything else can be done whenever you find the time throughout the semester. I highly suggest, though, not to procrastinate. If you tackle a little bit at a time, I have had people who were done with all of their opportunities by the middle of the semester, and then they were just completely done. Alright, so I would suggest opening that Excel file up and saving it somewhere where you can use it and help keep track of what you have done. This next item is just a reminder again of what the tokens are, why we're doing them, and then this Word document gives you more detail on those books. So if you're not interested in the books at all, you do not need to look at this one at all. I guess it does give a bit of a reminder about the seminars and where you can go to see what days they're going to be offered. But most of it is focused on the books. And I have a picture, author, and a little snippet about what the book is about. So if you're interested, that can be a resource. Due dates, all the regular assignments as we go through the lessons are due at the end of the week. Although technically, since we meet on Tuesdays, I think I made due dates Monday night by midnight. So you'd be done with one topic, and when you come to class Tuesday, you're ready for the new topic. So just pay attention to due dates. If you cannot get something done by the due date, you can email me and ask for an extension of time. You will get 1 extra week, but it will cost you $3,000 of your token money. So weigh in the balance what you're giving up, $3,000 of token money, for the extra week of time to work on the project. For you My Choice well, you're all My Choice students, but for you utilizing the My Choice option of not coming to class, I'm going to continue each lesson with doing an introduction of the lesson via video, just like I do to the face-to-face class. And then from there, sometimes you may have to do your own videos to give back to the class your responses. So just pay attention in each lesson to how we're going to do that and what you need to do to turn in your work. Sometimes, frequently, part of your regular assignment is to write a memo. And so the last thing I have here are some examples of memos, because I realize that some people haven't ever written a memo. And so when I say write a memo, I actually truly do mean a memo. So it's going to have at the top to, from, a subject, a date, and it probably doesn't even have a copy because you're really not copying anybody, so it's going to be more like that one. And then you go straight into your message and just start typing. No big salutation, no dear so-and-so. It's a memo. It's quick, it's brief. It's usually 1 page. It rarely goes on to a second page, but there's a couple of them that we do that might go several pages just because you'll have pictures in it or screenshots in it. But memos are typically supposed to be brief. They are still to be written professionally. No contractions, watch your language, watch your spelling. So still professional writing, but memos are brief. They're usually going to be 1 page or less. No big sign-offs at the end, no sincerely, that sort of thing. The reason for having you write memos is because in business we do this a lot. A lot of times in accounting we actually wrote memos and the to line would be to the file of, and it would be a client's name. And so we were actually writing a memo summarizing maybe a phone conversation that we had with someone. What was the question? What was our advice? What did we tell them? And then that memo goes in the file as a way to document what was discussed. There are lots of uses for memos, and so this is a good way for you to practice in this class writing some memos. Alright, so take a few moments and read thoroughly through this lesson, this welcome lesson, and then let me know if you have any other further questions. I will do a separate video and I will begin walking you through lesson 1.